Welcome to Uncensored Beat.
I showed up. U.S. citizen is not permitted entry.
Over the next big attack.
Zelensky's seemingly fraudulent election.
Bilateral security agreement President Joe Biden signed.
Quebec, the communist capital of North America.
What do Ukrainians think about US? Some believe that the US is to blame for this war.
Welcome back to Uncensored Beat. My name is James Bradley. Today we have a very special recording for you, our interview with Dr. Steven Choi. So I want you to take a quick listen. Listen attentively, though, because his opponent, he's been sending out a lot of smear mudslinging, which of course is 100% not true. So have a listen. Enjoy.
Well, thank you for joining another episode of Uncensored Beat. Right now, we are actually going to be featuring Dr. Steven Choi. He is running for California Senator in District 37 against the infamous Josh Newman. So, Dr. Choi, thank you so much. And I'm here, Flor Blanco, with
James Bradley.
Thank you for inviting me, James and Florida. And let's talk about my race. I'm Steven Choi, running for 37th Senate District. And the election is only a few days left, and then we need to publicize as much as possible and win the race in the 37th District.
Yeah, could you tell us your background, Steven, and why you're actually the best candidate for this position?
Oh, because you have no other choice. I'm the only Republican.
I love it.
Republican nominee against a Democrat. When you compare Democrats and Republicans, I think your position will be all based upon your party affiliation. What you believe in will be all different from the conservative point of views. And my point of view, I think we need to really raise up the number of necessary senators and assembly members at the state legislature, because of one-sided supermajority is harming our California. And my qualifications are concerned. I've gone through all levels of government as an elected official, starting with school board in Irvine Unified School District, elected twice, and served 6 years in the middle. I got elected to the city council, city of Irvine, and I served for 2 full terms, 8 years. Then I ran for mayor. Mayor is separately elected in Irvine. And then I got elected twice, and I served for 4 years. Then I ran for state assembly 2016, and then I got elected straight for 3 terms. I served for 6 years. So from the local government to the state level, I have rich experience, state senate level, and serving my community.
Actually, Dr. Choi, I was actually in your assembly district as when you served as assemblyman, and I can attest that I have been pleased with your voting record, and I have contacted your office, and you were always so great to respond promptly. So as a constituent under your assembly district, I am really happy to hear you're running for Senate. Can you give the audience a description of the cities that are covered under your district in your race?
Yeah, it is important that many people don't know the areas, what 37th Senate District may mean. Let me go through the names from the north to south in Orange County, starting with the some partial cities, but I will name them all: Brea, Placentia, Fullerton, Anaheim Hills, Orange, Villa Park, Tustin, Irvine, Costa Mesa, Lake Forest, Laguna Woods, Aliso Viejo, and then Laguna Niguel, and then also include unincorporated North Tustin, or some people call it Santa Ana area, so unincorporated area. So about 16 or 17 different areas.
That's definitely one of the cities is where I live, by the way, Laguna Niguel. And so you have another vote.
Yeah, I was there, Laguna Niguel, last night, South Orange County Republicans gathering.
Excellent.
That there was a candidate forum.
Well, what are the issues you think are facing your district today?
I think not only our district, but overall entire state is facing similar issues. I would say economy, inflation, our pocketbooks. So when you go to grocery stores and restaurants, many things are just doubled and very expensive. You cannot easily go out to even restaurants. So we think, I believe we need to control the inflation and the price down. And the second one is public safety. Our neighborhoods are being robbed from outside robbers coming in, and then also even internationally invading our state and then our neighborhoods. And thirdly, we need to make sure that controlling homelessness situations, because it's every city we are facing that. And the $24 billion are spent controlling homeless people. However, the numbers are still growing. And how do we make sure that our tax dollars will be effectively used? And there are so many issues, like even federal level open border issues, which affects our state, because our governor declared as a sanctuary city, and the people are coming to our states, and you and I will have to pay those people to support for educating, medical bills and food, housing, everything else. So we need to make sure that the California voters are educated what the situation is and why we have so difficult living conditions. The reason is that we have one supermajority, one ruling party for such a long time, over 60 years in California, with a few years of exception when Republicans had the majority in the 1980s. But ever since then, our supermajority is currently right now about the 80% of both houses, supermajority one-sided. And guess what? Even California Constitution and people's ballot measures, all the proposals, bad ones, can be proposed by 2/3 votes on both houses. Yeah. And they are way over supermajority, the 2/3 votes with the 80%. They don't need to talk with the opponent opposing party, Republicans and the colleagues, and trying to debate and based upon the merit of the bills and the policies that they are proposing. We can support each other and debate about the bills, whether that's good for the people of California or not. But simply they can ignore, still they can pass them. And sometimes even the governor thinks those measures are too extreme, and he vetoes, luckily, not all of them, but some of them. Let me give you a couple examples that the recently Governor Newsom luckily vetoed. One of them is, did you hear about the $150,000 down payment to illegals?
Yes.
Right.
Who came to our state, and we need to give them $150,000. They didn't give me any $1 down payment, for my house.
You know what's funny about that, Doctor? I was thinking
Yeah,
about going across the border, coming back as an illegal to get that benefit.
yeah,
That's how
yeah,
crazy things are.
and that's encouragement for people to
Yes.
come through illegally. And there are a lot of people waiting for their permanent visa status here in the United States for 10 years or 20 years. They are threatened every day for for being deported
Yes.
for any misbehaviors or even the traffic tickets that they may get, and they are afraid of being identified as undocumented people. But when you cross from southern border, you are well protected, and
Yes.
even $150,000
Yes.
down payment for your home purchase.
After staying at
That
a nice hotel.
yeah, exactly. And the hotel accommodations,
Yes.
things like that. That's the one example.
Mm.
And the other one is among several. My opponent, Josh Newman, he singly authored SB 907 to expand the Board of Education board members of Orange County Board of Education from 5 to 7. Guess what the reason was? Reason was that all 5 members here in Orange County Board of Education are all Republicans,
Yeah.
and they are promoting the charter schools and basic education ABC and the parental rights, and they are and he's mad at that, and
Mm.
he was hoping that to so-called like a court packing, board packing by expanding to more members. So hopefully that he can add the liberal members.
Yeah.
That was the whole intention. And like I said a while ago, unthinking, no debate. And the House and the senators, they passed that bill, even though he singled out the Orange County Board of Education. Nowhere else in the state. And luckily, Governor Newsom thought that that was extreme too, and he vetoed. So we are reminded how bad he is. He doesn't belong to the people of Orange County because you may recall he was recalled because of his deciding vote for SB 1.
Mhm.
That was to raise the gas tax. And we know we pay highest gas price in the nation, and he keeps on voting for gas price increase. And lately, I heard that he evaded voting uh, for the gas storage bill that was a special session. The legislatures, passed. Of course, all the Republicans opposed it because that will impose more extra added cost to the fuel, and that will result in the higher gas price. And he evaded. Evading means that he did not oppose. He was a
Mhm.
silent yes.
Yeah.
So he is notorious about all bills that he's introducing and supporting and voting yes against the will of Orange County people. So he doesn't belong to Orange County.
Yes. Yes. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Wow. Just what you said, actually is news to my ears. Actually very happy. Um, that makes me very excited for you to enter into the Senate because as I said, as a constituent of you in your assembly role, I have been very happy with your consistent vote in support of conservative values.
You
So
know
I
how he
appreciate that.
did you receive any his mailers? His I understand he has over $1 million of cash on hand against my very meager about 60K cash on hand. I cannot fight against his literature and the social media attack on me. And many of the literatures are arriving at homes, and even Democratic members called me. Oh, Stephen Choi is most extreme Republican in California. Here are the reasons, 4 reasons he cites, and then people are calling me, oh, those are the reasons. I'm gonna vote for Stephen Choi. Even Democrats call me. so, so
He's doing you
yeah,
a favor. That's good.
so yeah. So in a sense, he's helping me, but he thinks I am too extreme. You may call me too extreme, but I'm very common sense based and traditional, conservative, and raising and honoring our home values and the parental rights, the right parental rights to educate their children. And guess what? You have heard about they are trying to strip off the parental rights when the young children who don't know what they are doing, and like gender change at the schools, and you will be kept in the dark. Is that the way that the parent should have no influence or knowledge about what the wrong things our children are doing outside of our home? I mean, that is common sense. Children, all the children, the parents know the best, and they raise their children based upon their belief and their home traditions, rather than government will control them.
Yeah, Doctor, I think you're referring to AB 1955. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right, AB 1955.
How did Josh Newman vote on that bill?
Of course, he voted yes.
Okay. That, I think, for every parent out there and those that are to be parents, that is one of the biggest poison pills that have been introduced and passed. If Josh Newman voted in favor of this bill, that's taking away your parental rights. And in fact, it'll take it to the point where they can actually take you from the home and arrest you for your ability and your concerns for your child.
Yes.
So let's be pragmatic about this. We don't want to be extremists because that's the way they're going to paint us, regardless of common sense.
Yeah, I'm talking about the common sense like you are speaking about, but he labels me as a most extreme conservative Republican, So I don't know why protecting parental right is so extreme that the people should vote against me. And in fact, they're hearing about that they are voting for me because of that.
Yes. And I beg to differ now that I think what I think the supermajority is considering conservative, ultra conservative, is really the heart of, I would say, Orange County. Really, it's not conservative, it's what the people want. And like you said, it is based on common sense.
Yeah, we need to really realize voter education is key to all the voters in California. You will hear, if you ask all the people how our legislators are doing, our California is heading, and everybody will say, too much crime, smash and grab, homeless people, rising, cost of living. They complain about it, but they don't know the cause of that, why government is not doing a good job, is that they are voters are not realizing that this one party supermajority ruling party are passing so radical left side bills, and Republican opposing party, minority party at this time, has no ability to stop them. We are at the mercy of the governor, and the governor lately exercised some his common sense. But remember, he is also a member of the supermajority party. So he is also pressured in many directions, many ways to sign off on the bills that the Democratic members pass. So therefore, he's under pressure too. And on top of that, he himself, our governor, is you may call most extreme leftist in the country. And you see how the San Francisco got ruined.
If they could draw a comparison between Gavin Newsom and Trudeau in Canada. So you couldn't tell them apart if you put them side by side. But, I think you're right. You're speaking to the heart of Orange County and specifically your district. And I certainly hope and pray, because we're Christian, we pray often.
Yeah. So the bottom line conclusion is that so one supermajority and a superminority, and the Republicans can't do anything about it. And the Republican members are giving up. My votes would not count. So they don't vote, many of them. And we need to wake up. Each vote, every vote counts. And either you are Republican or Democrat or NPP, so-called independent, they all should realize this fact of what is the phenomenon right now, and vote for Republicans, raise up the Republicans somewhere half and half, 40-40 assembly in the 2020 in the Senate or close to that. We have a long way to go. We had only 8 Senate members out of 40, but one Democratic member converted to Republicans lately. And 18 members, assembly members out of 80. I mean, roughly they are about 80% supermajority Democrats. And there's no way we need to, unless we raise up to break up the supermajority and the 2/3 majority, so we can have extreme measures like a tax increase, bad ballot measures to stop at the legislature. We need to break gradually to we can break into 2/3, 1/3 majority, that line, and gradually we need to increase to half and half. So that's the ideal. I don't know how long it'll take for California to achieve that, but my city is one of the 3 strong expected senatorial district that we can flip the seat in this 2024 election. And gradually we need to increase. But we can have also a big surprise if all the Democrats wake up, common sense Democrats wake up and vote for, regardless of who they are, when they see Republican candidates that they can vote for, until we achieve that, the balance of power in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you mentioned that, because in my campaigning effort this last election, in the primary, I noticed a great swell of interest of those diehard Democrats, the GFKs, the Blue Dogs. They're shifting to the center. They're saying that the California politics Democrat Party is too extreme. That's going against the constituents, the children, the parents. So I think you're spot on. I think there's a great future for California. And with you leading as senator, getting in Sacramento and fighting for this has no party anymore. This is the constituents that we represent, state of California. Mm-hmm. So pray for you. And quite honestly, I think you'll do a very good job and you will win this election. And that's when the work really begins, because you've been doing this for some time, and I honor you for doing that.
Yes.
So now the question as a candidate is that I am on the front line soldier fighting against my opponent, and they are bombing on me. And how do I react? Just hide and do nothing? You gotta have bullets to shoot back. You gotta fight back. To fight back, unfortunately, in election, we need bullets to fight with. So the listeners support by going to my campaign website, stevenchoi.com, STEVEN Choi, CHOI, stevenchoi.org. There's a donation button. By sending bullets, ammunition through that website, we can fight back and win the election together.
Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you so much. Well, you've got 2 votes. Count on it, Dr. Choi.
Yeah, we'll get
Okay.
this out there. I want everyone to donate because now
Thank you.
this is the most important part of a campaign is the bullets to put in the gun and to have him as soldier, tried and true soldier. There's been a
Yes,
decent
soldiers.
record.
Yes, sending more soldiers to fight with me alongside me will be volunteers. You can sign up there. I sign up. I live in Laguna Niguel, Fullerton, Yovalinda, Placencia, Aliso Viejo. Okay, how can I help you? And then I can make a contact with them and give them my flyers for them to walk their neighbors and get the name out and get the message out. We can celebrate the victory on November 5th. November 5th.
Said like a general. I love it.
Yeah, yes.
Well, Dr. Choi, thank you so much for spending time with us and giving our audience more perspective in regards of to your background and how much you have served our state. And we look forward to your victory. Yes.
Yes, thank you, James and Florida, for giving me this opportunity to talk about my campaign and so-called educating our voters of what's going on and how we can together fix the problem and make our California better place to live.
Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
Thank you, Doctor.
Same to you. Thank you.
So everyone listened in to this interview. We're losing ground. We've seen it. We've seen the one-party role in the state of California. Now, if you believe in cross-party line, we all know what's happening in Sacramento. We need voices. We need experience. We need the Dr. Choi's in there to speak for us, to fight for us in Sacramento. Without him in place, we have nothing. So it's a call out to you. Go to his website, donate, volunteer, get active. If you're not active and all you want to do is complain, just look yourself in the mirror and blame yourself for what's happening in the state of California. So God love you, and now is the time to act. Don't waste another minute. And thank you for listening to Uncensored Beat.
Welcome to Uncensored Beat.
I showed up. U.S. citizen is not permitted entry.
Over the next big attack.
Zelensky's seemingly fraudulent election.
Bilateral security agreement President Joe Biden signed.
Quebec, the communist capital of North America.
What do Ukrainians think about US? Some believe that the US is to blame for this war.